What's up everybody, welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video on Stellar and XLM, updating it again. It's kind of been a daily update, as some of you might have realized. But yeah, a lot of you are still interested in this. I'm also interested in this. I'm watching XLM quite intensively right now. With everything that's going on, it's one of the most bullish altcoins, at least in the top 100 right now, so that's interesting. Apart from that, volume is still great. And like the volume actually went up since yesterday, which usually in the weekend the volume drops down severely. And what we saw with XLM is that the volume also already went up from Friday to Saturday. So there definitely is momentum. We saw some bearish momentum yesterday, but that was market wide. Like most altcoins actually spiked down a bit. With XLM, it just spiked down to a previous support level or to a previous key level, bit of a bullish break retest, and it's solid right now. The price target, which we talked about last video, I think was just in general this area, but mainly 13.6. All right, that's the 0.5 fib of the entire move down. Oh, I should actually change that a little bit. It's actually. Oh no, it's still 13.6 or 13.6 cents, that is. So we'll talk about whether it's still possible to get there, whether it can break above that, just in general, what to expect. Because I do think, and that's also what I said yesterday, that there are a lot of opportunities for XLM right now. Whether it is to go long or to go short, that kind of depends on what you want to do and what happens. But we'll talk about that, all right? Before we do that though, I do want to briefly mention that I have my own premium trading group, in which I share my own trades in signals, but you also gain access to a chat room full of traders, which is very valuable, and my trading guides. So if you're interested in that, if you want to know which trades I'm taking on XLM, consider joining. Links will be down in the description, but for now, let's actually get into XLM. So most of you know what's coming in 5 days. So September the 12th, which is also my birthday, so it's going to be a nice day. We get some big news from Stellar, all right? We don't know what, but usually an announcement like this provides bullish momentum, all right? An announcement like this, it's very well planned, all right? Because usually the price just goes up after this. And then the big question is, like, usually what happens with these events, and I've told you countless times already, but I do really want you to realize this because I think it's valuable. Usually what happens is that the crypto is bullish once the countdown has started and once the event is still coming up, all right? So it's like when it's 1 week ahead of the launch of the news, usually there's bullish momentum because there's a bit of hype building. People are buying in for some sort of bullish momentum. And that started pretty early, like that's already started last week. So that's happening. What usually happens is that once the news actually comes out, the price drops. And that's sometimes because the news is actually underwhelming, and sometimes that's just because of the effect, all right? You buy first, and then the news is there. News is great, but then there's no more hype, all right? The news is already there. Sure, the project might be better now, but that doesn't always matter for the price. So until that date, which is coming up very, very soon, I think we're bullish. And that's also why I expect us, which we kind of already did, but that's also why I expected us to get up towards that 13.6, 14 cents area. But I do not think at this point of time that we'll break above that because the news is coming up very, very soon. Well, the only way in which we could actually get to 14 cents and potentially break above that is if Bitcoin turns bullish in the next 24 hours, right? So when the week starts, that Bitcoin is actually bullish, which is a possibility, but it's not likely, all right? It just is not. And therefore, I would say it's sure XLM can get to 13.6 and 13.8, but no, it will not break above that, all right? And I think the best opportunities are actually when XLM gets up there and that the news hits. And if the news is very, very good, like if it's really amazing and a big surprise especially, then XLM could still break above 13.6 and get to that next price target around 14.6 and 15 cents. But in cases like these, you do have to kind of make some sort of a statistical decision, which in this case is that usually after dropping the news, prices drop. And therefore, I would say that's the most likely scenario for XLM, a bit more on the long term, so end of next week. But I will keep you updated on that. I'll keep my eyes on XLM either way, so I will keep you updated on the status and what's possible. But for now, that's my take on XLM. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.